Hey bees, I'm Marie from Humblebee and Me, and today we are making an absolutely decadent lip treat. We're going to make my chocolate lip butter. So this stuff is divine. It smells incredible and it locks in moisture like you wouldn't believe. It's nice and thick and tacky, so you can really smear it on and it'll just stay there for hours. It's brilliant for winter. I've had a tube of this sitting next to my bed for the last several months, and I can't go to sleep without putting some on, and in the morning I wake up with wonderfully soft lips. And I just might dream that I'm in the Willy Wonka chocolate factory because, oh, the smell. The star ingredient in this lip butter is soy lecithin. So lecithin is a naturally occurring compound and it's found in many things, including egg yolks. So obviously in an egg it would not be soy lecithin, it would be egg lecithin. And it is thick and viscous and sticky. It actually reminds me a lot of honey, except it is oil soluble instead of water soluble. It is also a fantastic humectant. And so we're using it in this lip butter for its humectant properties and because it is sticky and really stays on the skin for a really long time. It's a great addition to a lot of products, but you want to make sure you use it in relatively low concentrations because in general, stickiness is not something that we love in our body products, but a little bit of tackiness in a lip butter is a beautiful, beautiful thing. It means that it sticks around on your lips for ages, for hours and hours and hours, locking in moisture and keeping your lips from going all haywire on you. The amazing scent of this incredibly decadent lip butter comes from a blend of cocoa butter and cocoa absolute. If you don't have cocoa absolute, but you have really fragrant cocoa butter, you might be able to sort of get away with it. You could also add something like a bit of benzoin for a bit of chocolate vanilla, or you could add some coffee essential oil for a bit of a mocha note. You can definitely have a bunch of fun with this. So come on, let's get started. To make this chocolate lip butter, you'll need 10 grams of cocoa butter, 9 grams of beeswax, 6 grams of mango butter, and 5 grams of lecithin. So this is soy lecithin, but you could also use sunflower lecithin. You do want to use the liquid stuff though, not the stuff that comes in granules. So we're going to transfer our ingredients into this glass beaker. This is a 250 milliliter or sort of 1 cup glass beaker from Pyrex. And so lecithin here is what gives this lip butter its sticky, super hydrating consistency. You can see that it has a consistency really unlike any carrier oil you might have worked with. It's quite syrupy and similar to honey, except it is oil soluble. So it's really special and very integral to the success of this recipe. So no, if you want to make this recipe, you cannot use anything else. It must be either sunflower or soy lecithin. There are plenty of other lip balm recipes on my blog and on my channel though, so you can use one of those if you don't have lecithin. So now we're going to pop our beaker into a water bath. So this is a little saucepan that's got about 2 centimeters or 2/3 of an inch of water in it, and I might need to add a little bit more as we heat this through, but I'm going to go put this on my stovetop over medium-low heat to let everything melt through and liquefy. Once everything has melted through, you can remove your pot from the stovetop and your beaker from your water bath. Let's give that a little dry off. It's got some condensation built up on the sides. All right. So now we're going to add some cocoa absolute and some colorants. So we're going to add 7 drops of cocoa absolute. So you'll notice it's in a bit of a blob down there. It'll disperse fairly well and we will end up with a nice uniform end product, but it's not going to disperse like you are sort of familiar with essential oils dispersing. And then we're going to add some pigment. So this part is optional, but I quite like it. So we're going to be adding some chocolate brown and carmine pigment. So both of these are pigments that have been distributed in some castor oil. So this is like the sort of lighter brown iron oxide, and then this is carmine. So I'm going to do 10 drops of the brown and 3 drops of the carmine. These are quite slow moving, so be warned. And because I want to mix it up a little this time, I'm going to add a little bit of a nice sort of chocolatey mica. This part is optional, and I did not do this in the original. Actually, all the colors are optional, really. This is just me having some fun. So I'm going to add a dash from this teaspoon set. So this is actually 1/12 of a teaspoon, which is a weird measurement, but 1/8 of a teaspoon would also work very well here. Let's get our lip balm tubes set up here. So each lip balm tube holds about 4.5 grams. So I've put out 7, even though we should only need 6 as a sort of just in case. And here we go. There we go, that's just about perfect. So we are going to now leave these lip balms to set up before we cap them, and we're done. Once your lip balms have set up, you can pop your lids on them and your labels. And it's quite useful if you've spilled at all to go and wipe them down a little bit, because if you have any oil on the sides of them, your labels won't stick very well. Just in case you're curious about how strong the tint is, here's some of the leftovers from the container. It's virtually unnoticeable once it's on your lips, with just a hint of shimmer from the mica. So there you go, you just made some chocolate lip butter. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe and check the description box below for the full written recipe and the link to the recipe on my blog, where you'll also find links to everything I used in this recipe. So that's all the ingredients, the packaging, and the equipment. See you next time!